Hi, this is another episode of drum from scratch on the Gotharman LD3. This time we're gonna try to do a snare drums. So first on the oscillator page I will select the percussion oscillator 1. We will try other oscillator, but let's first start with the 1. Add noise at the maximum. Let's add some attack, same for the like for the kick drum, just for add slightly burst at the start of the sound. Let's start with something around 100. Change the envelope. Let's try the very rhythmic one. Alright, let's just add slightly to the pitch for trying to. Like for the kick drum, we can change the mode of the envelope for add clickness at the start of the sound. For the snare, it's very useful for add impact to it. So let's try with the logarithmic one. Yeah, much better. Let's add slightly value some at the envelope too for using with the filter. So for the snare drum sound or a noisy drum sound, I like using the fat filter, or the destructive one can sometimes have a really good result with this type of sound. Let's try it. Just let's use slightly the VCR. Alright. You can use a mix parameter to slightly mix the filtered signal with the unprocessed one. It's very useful for just add tiny things to the sound, or you can mix it minus. It's a phase inverted, and it's open a new way to have new sound. Let's try with the fat one. Let's map the envelope too for the cutoff. Add some value. The offset. Alright. Without. Okay, minus. Alright, I really love this sound, and you can use it like that, but for me that's just the beginning. This time we're gonna add another sound to it while using the option in the first oscillator. Just go in selection, and you can trigger to another part for add for layering sound very easily, and you have the trigger delay and trigger length. When you use, like here, the sequencer of the Gotarman, it's not really a big deal. You can just copy the sequence to another sequence and use it. But when I'm on live or making sound, many times I'm using the Gotarman LD3 with external sequencer, particularly procedural, etc. So it's really convenient to have this, because with one trigger you can just trigger more than one sound. So let's try it. Let's try part 2. Alright, so part 2 it's way too loud, and anyway we're gonna mute the part 1 just for hearing the part 2. The idea of this second sound is just add something like a tom to the noise we already have, something like a low tom or a mid tom for add more resonance to the snare. So let's reduce. Alright, so okay, so let's just go to the oscillator 2 now. So this is the second sound. So we're gonna use percussion 1 once again, but let's try, don't forget to experiment with other sounds. Add the envelope to the pitch and envelope to attack for create a burst at the start. Slightly change the envelope setting. Tune it. Alright, that's not bad. We're just gonna filtering it now. So I think the sound is slightly too subby, so we're gonna use a band pass or high pass for keep out of the low end mud. So let's try with a band pass first. Let's minus the input if you don't want to distort too much. Let's narrow the frequency for trying something. Let's try with the first sound too now. No, let's go back to the VCR 1. Alright. So for now the sound it's too it's really too low, so let's try other parameter. Alright, let's try a high pass filter. Alright, this is a way better. More impact. Filtering with the envelope 2 once again. Okay, let's reduce TVCR. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's try with the first sound, the noisy one. Alright, I think this one is slightly too long. Alright, that's not too bad, but we need something to glue them together, so let's just add a distortion to this. Alright, let's try just some settings. Alright, that's not bad, but I really think the tom sound is slightly too low. Let's try other parameter. Alright, it's a way better. For electric one. Let's try another one, more softer. Alright, that's not bad. Let's now add a compressor to it for shaping the transient. So Fx2 Compressor. Once again, 100% wet, gain at 256 for unity gain. Add some times at the start for let's say transient space. And if you are a very long tail like this snare drum have, you can use a compressor for have something like a pre-reverb with a compressor with a high rate and slightly offset. Let's just try to do that. Let's add a longer tail. Ready, set with the tail. Something like that. Alright, so we have the snare drum, so now let's just mess up with parameter for trying to have other different snare drum sound. So first try other parameter on the noise sound. Let's try different filter. Let's change the sound of the toms. Alright, so we can do other things like change the distortion for example. And reduce the length. Alright, so I think now you have a better idea how you can build snare drums from the Gotarman LD3. You can try so many other parameters, so don't be afraid to try and look what it sounds good for you.